Police say the thieves target areas with a lot of parked cars. Firefighters have been on the scene for nearly 10 hours now. This is something else you'll find here in Harrisburg.
A 13-year-old from Indiana won the spelling bee.
Police will get a search warrant to go through the van. President Bush spent nearly 3 hours in Gettysburg today. No one was hurt, but tonight the pilot faces a lot of questions from police.
There has been an outpouring of support from the community.
Both presidential hopefuls spent a lot of time in the state leading up to the Pennsylvania primary. These are all the different topics that are covered here tonight at this event. If you don't have a purpose here in York tonight, please do not come here. Phones are down all across northern Dauphin County, so anyone who needs immediate help is being asked to go to their nearest fire department. We're in the 1000 block of Landis Valley Road, and the plane came down in the field that is just behind me at around 3:15 this afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the video we have from earlier. The pilot, 44-year-old George Robert Coder of Lancaster, told me he was flying from Smoketown Airport to the Lancaster Airport when he started having mechanical problems with his Cessna 150 plane. His only injury is to the leg, but police say he failed a preliminary breath test. Here's what else they have to say about Mr. Coder. And the FAA is going to investigate the cause of the crash. The plane still remains on the scene. Coder tells me that he does have insurance on this plane. Now, the pilot says that he has been flying for about 10 years and that his plane is about 10 years old. Obviously, police are going to have to consider what he told them against what they find in those blood alcohol tests. That's the latest from here. Back to you. 15 and 16-year-old victims are listed in stable condition tonight here at the York Hospital. They are expected to recover, but tonight the search for suspects continues. Crime scene tape lined the 800 block of West Poplar Street after gunshots tore through the neighborhood.
Me and my kids were all inside, and we just heard pop, 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 pop.
I was out back loading cans on the back of my truck, and I heard pop, pop, pop.
Witnesses say 2 cars drove through the area and opened fire on a group of teens on and around a porch. Police say between 9 to 12 shots were fired.
A male came out of the back of the car, standing up, shooting diagonally that way. Just kept shooting.
The flying bullets shattered car windows and shook up neighbors. Jenny DeJesus saw the whole thing from her front porch and rushed to help.
My girlfriend took one in her house, and I put the boy right here because he was a more serious hurt. It looked like he was shot more like towards the lung.
Her own son was shot last year. He is okay, but this neighborhood is fed up with the violence and wonders if anyone else will get caught in the middle of a possible drug turf war.
It's nothing new around here. Before, when we first moved here, it was quiet. Everybody got along, and then it just started getting worse as the years progressed on.
It's just getting ridiculous in that. Like I said, I lived here 22 years in that. It's time to get out.
And police say the 2 vehicles involved in the shootings are in custody. Officers in the area spotted the cars and pulled them over, but the people inside got away. Police also have a rifle and other evidence in custody, but tonight they're asking anyone with information to contact them.
Thanks.
The final ballot box arrived at Union headquarters from the West Hershey plant early Friday evening. Then election committee members from Local 464 got to work counting the votes.
None of us ever thought that they'd even consider closing the Hershey plant, the first plant that Milton Hershey built.
The final vote, 1,813 yes to 126 no, making this the highest percentage of voter turnout in this union ever. That means the majority of workers accepted an agreement that could cut more than 600 jobs at 2 plants.
It's a heartbreaker. It is actually a heartbreaker to know that this magnitude of a thing is happening to our workers.
The union encouraged workers to say yes to the agreement, which offers early retirement incentives to reduce the number of workers at the plants.
If I retire, that means 1 person more will be working.
Still, for some, this vote marks a bittersweet ending to an uncertain time.
It means a lot for the town. It means it's still Chocolate Town. That's what it means.
A voluntary severance package will be offered if not enough workers sign up for early retirement. Workers 50 and over can sign up for early retirement starting next month.
You got it.
Bless you. Love you, man. Love you too.
At the Libby household in Germantown,
All good moments we share together. All here on this disc.
2 families became one.
Extended family, we'll never forget them. Never, never. Something here.
Jim Kolna, his wife Donna, their 2 grandchildren, and their daughter have been staying with Ron Libby and his wife.
they took care of us. These 3 months have been great.
This was the Colness home after they evacuated from their own home in the New Orleans area. Now they're going back to Louisiana.
I'm a little excited, yes, but a part of me wants to stay right here.
And he's not the only one with mixed emotions.
I think I'm going through a little empty nest syndrome again, because I've had 2 kids grow and leave, and now I got a whole family grown and leaving.
These people have just gotten under my skin, you know?
But Jim says it's time to rebuild his own life. So after lots of hugs, pictures, and a few last-minute preparations,
some directions back home to Louisiana.
There's just one stop left before he and his family leave Maryland for good. The Christian Life Center, where Ron is a pastor. Since Hurricane Katrina, members of the Christian Life Center have opened up their homes to 40 residents from the New Orleans area. Now just 2 families will remain.
We're in for the long haul to get that whole church family back together with houses, their church building, whatever it takes.
A trunk full of stuff.
So the Colness will go back to Louisiana with their cars and their hearts full, thanks to the kindness of others.
You don't have to do it, but they chose to do it. And there's no words or emotions to show how much you appreciate what they did.
Hangers scattered in the parking lot of a Spring Grove Borough shopping center. They're why 2 people running errands were even there and ended up in the middle of a crime.
They come over to the dollar store to get a few things. She came back to the house and she forgot hangers, so she had come back.
At around 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, the woman and a 17-year-old male acquaintance were held up at gunpoint in their van. Police say the attacker was either in the van or got inside when they did. The York City teen was shot at least 1 time in the head. Witnesses say the woman was pistol whipped as she tried to get away and ran back into Family Dollar to get help.
The girl came back in with blood running down over her head. I ran and got a towel and gave it to her.
Workers locked the door, called 911, and tried to calm the woman.
And she said, "Am I shot?" And I looked and I said, "I don't think it looks like you were hit." He said, "Well, I think he hit me with the end of his gun."
Someone took a blanket from the store out to the shooting victim. Meanwhile, children, some as young as 3, packed a dance studio in the same shopping center.
There's a lot of commotion. A lot of the girls were crying and upset because they didn't know what was going on.
Our dance teacher came back in and she locked the door and she's like, get back, there's someone shot.
Police will get a search warrant to go through the van. They hope any evidence they find inside will help them piece together what happened.
Why they targeted this juvenile, we're not really sure, but certainly one of those issues that we're interested in finding out more about.
In York County, Amy Sudowitz, News 8.